The saga over Lisa Marie Presley's estate appears to be over. My name is Andrew Ayers. I'm an estate planning and business law attorney with offices in Edina, Minnesota and New York City. And today let's look at the final settlement being approved by the court in the estate of Lisa Marie Presley and some surprising provisions that the news has reported. So as a follow-up to my prior videos and the news you've probably seen about this estate, it appears that Riley Keough has been officially named the sole trustee of Lisa Marie Presley's estate, and she's now granted ownership of Graceland, Elvis Presley's Tennessee mansion. The settlement was filed in June, however it was just approved by the court last week. There were some surprising provisions that the news has been reporting, some things that we weren't expecting to see. So first of all, originally Priscilla requested permission to be buried next to Elvis when she died. When we last checked in earlier this summer, that was not going to be agreed upon. However, according to the news, there's been a change of heart, and now Priscilla will be allowed to be buried next to Elvis. Another interesting twist, Riley is now going to be the trustee for the trusts for her half-sisters, Finley and Harper Lockwood. Now, their mother has died, but their father was still alive and signed off as their guardian. So now Riley is managing the trusts for herself and owning Graceland, as well as managing the trusts on behalf of her half-sisters. We also learned that Priscilla is going to be a special advisor, whatever that means, and will receive a monthly stipend. And finally, apparently to reach this settlement, Riley is paying Priscilla over $1 million for her to withdraw any objection to Riley being the sole trustee, and she's also giving her another $400,000 towards Priscilla's legal fees in this matter. Now, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of things that we did not see back in June when this news was reported that a settlement was reached. But there's also 3 lessons we can take from learning about the settlement. Lesson number 1, your settlements have to be approved in court. Even if you're not dealing with the high-profile estate of Elvis Presley, if you are involved in a litigation and you and the other party come to some kind of a settlement, there often needs to be some type of approval by the court for that settlement. In some cases, the court is going to ask you to come into the courtroom. All the parties are there, and the court will review the settlement and may even ask each party, do you agree to the settlement? Do you understand it? Are you freely entering into it? Were you advised by a lawyer? There's a whole script that they may go through to make sure that you are truly understanding and agreeing to your settlement. Other times, it may just be a settlement agreement that you sign and your attorney signs and the other party signs with their attorney, and that gets submitted to the court to be stamped by the court as approved, and then the court issues an order settling the matter. Lesson number 2 we can take is you want to make sure you choose the right trustee for your children. So this was an interesting twist that I didn't see coming, with Riley now being the trustee for her half-sisters. This is obviously tying into the fact that she's now going to be managing the entire Presley estate, with her mom Lisa Marie being gone and now being the owner of Graceland. And so her job now is to manage that on behalf of herself, but also her half-sisters, who are also children of her mother. So she's the most likely person to be able to manage the estate and manage Graceland for the entire family, as opposed to having to deal with her half-sister's father, Mr. Lockwood, who may have differing ideas, and you could still then leave open the possibility of further fights or further disputes in the future with this estate ending up back in court. So by choosing the right trustee, in this case Riley for everybody's trust to manage the entire estate, we are minimizing the likelihood that this case is going to come back to the court, end up back in the news, and then I won't have any other videos to record about Lisa Marie Presley's estate if everything goes well. And lesson number 3, legal fees can be very expensive for probate battles. $400,000 is what Priscilla supposedly has spent, or is at least being reimbursed by Riley in this case. That's a lot of money. Most probate estates will not require $400,000 of legal fees, but if you have a probated estate, and especially if it becomes a disputed estate like we're dealing with here, those fees can rack up, and they can rack up quickly. So we want to try to avoid that with a proper estate plan, having everybody appointed in the right place. We have a trustee that we choose, guardians, whatever we're doing in our estate plan, we want to have that nicely laid out so we can avoid situations like this. So if you're involved in a probate battle, I urge you to make sure you're speaking with professionals to make sure you are having your interests represented and that the estate is being sorted out the way it needs to be. Frankly, this entire situation, all these videos I've had to make, all the news that's out there, this all came about because Lisa Marie Presley supposedly signed a dubious amendment to her trust a few years ago. When working with a professional and properly signing that amendment, none of this should have happened. If you're ready to get started on an estate plan, or if you need to do updates to yours, we can set up a legal strategy session. So if you go to my website, andrewmayers.com, there's a red legal strategy session button on the front page. You'll be taken to my personal calendar where we can set up a 10 or 15 minute phone call and we can go through where you are in the process, whether we're creating a new estate plan or updating a prior one. Let's make sure we have your estate plan properly laid out and updated if necessary so that you can avoid any kind of mess like this. If you like this video, hit the like button or the thumbs up button. You can share this video on social media, subscribe to the channel for future videos, and hopefully this is the end of the saga, but you never know what's going to happen.